Wavedash 2023 happened this past weekend, and it not only has been praised as an excellent spectator's experience, but has been a much needed break from Fighters Pass 2 for much of Ultimate's top level players. However, it's not all sunshine and rainbows, and while we saw a diverse cast of characters, it was across multiple players. That is, all except one. MkLeo attended Wavedash 2023, a player infamously talented with multiple characters, and in a character crisis himself. And we've seen each and every one of his characters have their ups and downs. MkLeo went a lot of characters during his run at Wavedash 2023, but did it work out for him? Or is MkLeo biting off too many characters than he's able to chew? Today we'll be going over the top 8 of Wavedash 2023, and all the characters, sets, and hype moments that made Wavedash a sight to remember. Before we begin, I'm going live on my YouTube channel right here at 2 PM CST playing Smash Bros. Come tune in, I'd love to see you all come out. Now, let's get started. Let's start off with our 7th place finishers, Wrath and T3 Dom. Wrath made 5th place at MomoCon 2023 and is one of the players we talked about for that tournament, while T3 Dom is a player we surprisingly haven't talked about before on the channel. He's one of the handful of people in contention for the best Belmont man. Let's start with Wrath, since we've talked about him before. Wrath came into the event as the 12th seed and started off the weekend by getting through their 4 pools matches without dropping a game. However, immediately out of pools, Wrath lost to someone we've talked about quite a bit recently, Louis Money, 3-1, dropping down into losers bracket. Now in losers, Wrath had a close Game 5 set with Shell, a Meta Knight main, before Wrath defeated Demon 3-1 to make it towards the losers top 8 qualifier. Here, Wrath would have to fight Monty. This set would prove to be a nail-biter. With a timeout to finish the set, Wrath won it over Monty 3-2 and moved on into loser's side top 8. Here, Wrath would have to go up against Chase, someone we just talked about in our Crown the Third video. The two fought it out in losers 8ths. In the end, Wrath lost to Chase 3-1, being eliminated at 7th. Now we get to our other 7th place finisher, T3 Dom, who came into the event as the 9th seed. Dom started the weekend much like Wrath, getting through his pool, but dropping a game to Rockman on the way out and into top 48. Dom then won one more set in winners before he had an unfortunately early meeting with MkLeo in winners quarters.
Joker!
Don't you know what you're starting? You sure we got the clue how bad this we go? Don't you know no more art? And as you look to the horizon, not a cloud, but then stormy winds go too cold. Seems like it crept up out of nowhere.
Dom lost the set 3-1, being knocked down into losers, where Dom got an insane win over Capitancito in a set that I tried my absolute hardest to find, but I just don't think it was streamed. Now in top 8, Dom had to go up against yet another fellow zoner in the form of MK Big Boss.
Which is something that Rob can definitely deal with, but Dom catching a big back air right there. The jump got sniped as well, and Big Boss will take that to the bank, securing the second consecutive 3-1 victory we've seen in this top 8.
In the end, Dom lost to Big Boss 3-1, being eliminated 7th. Now we get to our 5th place finishers, Louis Money and MK Big Boss. We were just talking about MK Big Boss, so let's start with them first. MK Big Boss is someone we haven't discussed since my Let's Make Big Moves video, my first ever analytical Smash video, and Big Boss came into the event as the 7th seed and started off the weekend fairly well, getting through his pool without dropping a game. However, just like with Wrath, MK Big Boss would lose to Monty 3-1 immediately out of pools in a matchup that Rob mains everywhere have been hating for years. Now in losers, MK Big Boss went on a short but impressive losers run, first defeating MVD in a close Game 5 set before moving on to 3-0 Atreus and win another Game 5 set against AC to make top 8. After defeating T3 Dom like we discussed, MK Big Boss went up against Andre. And if Big Boss's sets before this were nail biters, oh boy, you ain't seen nothing yet. In one of the most intense, craziest ends to one of the most intense, craziest sets, MK Big Boss lost to Andrik 3-2, being eliminated at 5th. MK Big Boss did great this past weekend, going on a pretty great losers run, winning doubles with MkLeo and giving us plenty of hype moments, and I'm pretty happy about that. Now we get to our other 5th place finisher, Louis Money, who came into the event as the 5th seed, which he matched exactly. Louis Money started off by getting through pools, only dropping a single game, much like T3 Dom, before defeating Wrath out of pools like we discussed earlier in a 3-1. Louis Money then defeated AC 3-0 in winners quarterfinals, making it to winner's side top 8, where Louis Money had to go up against MkLeo in winners semifinals.
Bye,
In the end, Louis Money was dispatched by Leo in a 3-0 that felt closer than it was. Now in losers quarters, Louis Money would have to go up against Chase. This set was big, as the two contenders for the best NA Palutena were going up against one another, and their last set at Crown III had gone to a Game 5. This could have gone either way.
Very, very small level. Those shield pokes are going to start becoming a big factor here in a second.
Now careful here because Fox will not take this amount of damage. This amount of damage is just too much.
In the end, Chase defeated his doubles partner Louis Money in a 3-1, eliminating Louis Money at 5th. Now we move on to our 4th place finisher, Chase. Last time we were talking about Chase, it was their 7th place finish at Crown III. Chase improved on that placement, making 4th, but interestingly, doing it as the 3rd seed. Chase started off the weekend by sweeping most of his pool, although Chase was taken to a close Game 5 call by Marvelous Marco, one of the only 2 times Chase would be taken to a decisive game all weekend. By the way, Chase used Steve in that set against Marvelous Marco. They have become the very thing they swore to destroy. In top 48, Chase somehow managed to defeat Larry Lur 3-1 before they went up in winners quarters against Andrik.
Great awareness from Chase. That jab is going to force him off stage. What's going to be the edge guard? The explosive flame?
Not going to get hit with the explosive flame. Again, the Nair is enough to take it. Andrik reigns victorious over Chase 3-1.
Chase lost 3-1 to Andrik, being knocked down into losers just outside of top 8. From here, Chase defeated Nico 3-1 in order to make losers top 8, where they defeated Wrath and Louis Money like we discussed earlier. Chase had made it all the way to losers semifinals. But who would Chase have to fight here? Why, who else but Andrik, yet again. In the end, Chase lost to Andrik again, this time in a Game 5 set, being eliminated at 4th. Now we get to our 3rd place finisher, someone we were just talking about, Andrik. Andrik came into the event as the 11th seed, having the best upset factor and SPR of anyone within the top 8, and the only other person aside from Wrath and T3 Dom who made top 8 without being a top 8 seed. Andrik started off the weekend by getting through pools, but funnily enough is the top 8 finisher that dropped the most games in pools, being taken to a decisive game not once but twice on their way to top 48. Immediately out of pools, Andrik got an insane 3-1 upset victory over Capitancito and defeated Chase in winners quarters like we discussed earlier. It was here that Andrik went up against Sonics in winners semifinals.
Too big of a move for him to handle, and at 189 this is only going to take one small opening. Sonic says, hey, you got that up smash, I can do that too, catch this up tilt. I'm going to go ahead and take this set 3-0.
In the end though, Andrik lost to Sonics 3-0, being knocked down into losers where Andrik defeated MK Big Boss in a 3-2, and then had another close Game 5 set with Chase, defeating them 3-2 as well. Now it was Andrik's turn to go up into losers finals and get a chance for a run back versus Sonics. In the end though, the second verse was the same as the first, and Andrik lost to Sonics 3-0, being eliminated at 3rd. Andrik went on an insane run this weekend, full of upsets and close Game 5s, and Andrik did it with almost solo Captain Falcon, one of Falcon's best results in a major in a long time. Now we get to our top 2 finishers, Sonics and MkLeo. Surprisingly, neither one of these players was a loser's bracket demon, both of them tearing their way through their respective brackets' winner's side to meet each other in grands. Let's start with Leo, the higher seed of the two of them. Leo started off the weekend as the first seed and blew through his pool without dropping a game. Leo then made winner's side top 8 by 3-1ing both Nico and T3 Dom. Now in top 8 proper, Leo went up against Louis Money in winners semis, defeating him handedly. It was here that Leo went up in winners finals against Sonics, but let's save that for a minute. Sonic started off the weekend as the second seed and got through his pool well, except for very surprisingly being taken to a Game 5 set against Elvis, who plays Meta Knight. Sonics wasn't in the mood to lose again though, as he got 3 3-0s in a row, defeating Atreus, Monty, and Andrik to make it into winners finals.
Meta Knight!
Control on the right side. Oh wow, actually Leo aggressively getting through the pressure. Could be a big opportunity.
Oh, and
damn.
another one, yep.
Not for you.
Failure!
Very tough, I will say that. And Sonic said that is his most practiced matchup. One of his most practiced matchups.
Did I just hear corn? I
Wow.
did. Wow, the corn coming out.
Corin!
Let's do this!
Hard hit neutral wouldn't have done it. Here's the offstage scenario going way down low, using the up B and getting the up air. Leo closing it out with a solid 2-stock over Sonic.
Victory!
Winners finals was the first set that Leo and Sonics had of their 3 sets that the two of them played this past weekend. And interestingly enough, it was actually the closest one. Leo managed to defeat Sonics 3-2, sending Sonics down to losers, where he 3-0'd Andrik again really quickly before going back up in grands for the run back against MkLeo. This grand finals was a roller coaster, so buckle up, dear viewers.
It's a war of roots, pretty cool, yelling out in the face of the savage street. When your friends and boss look alike on the face of it, they miss their history, but they fight all the place in it. Yeah, they fight all the place in it. How they pass the times, the chance how you love goes by. I know it's natural to say, but there ain't no other way. So step on up to the place. Need your faith, what can spin on into the light of us. Step on up to the place. 'Cause this ain't no game. It's time to make history, yeah. It's a war out there every day. You can't hide from me. You gotta pray for the rules, pretty cool, calling out in the face of the savage street. When your friends and boss look alike on the face of it, they miss their history, but they fight all the place in it. Yeah, they fight all the place in it. Honey, times, they just have to love goes by. I know it's not supposed to say, but there ain't no other way. So step on up to the place. Need your face, what can spread on into the light of us. Step on up to the place. 'Cause this ain't no game. It's time to make history, yeah. It's a war out there every day. You can't hide from me. You gotta pray for the rules, pretty cool, calling out in the face of the savage street. When your friends and boss look alike on the face of it, they miss their history, but they fight all the place in it. Yeah, they fight all the place in it.
This
Really
is-
bad position here, but using the back air to move around Sonic since edge guard gets the kick, but cross stage is not going to be enough.
Oh my goodness, Leo using every trick in the book just to survive, and the pin in an instant. If you blinked, you missed it. But open your eyes to the fact that MkLeo takes his place at the top of the Wavedash mountain, and he is your champion for 2023.
In the end, Sonic swept Leo in the first set of grands before Leo pulled a near reversal and 3-1 Sonics in the reset, MkLeo becoming your Wavedash 2023 champion. Leo showed off many faces this past weekend, and we saw the Joker, the Byleth, the Corrin, and even the Meta Knight during Leo's run at Wavedash 2023. Leo might be in a character crisis, or maybe he isn't anymore. Perhaps he's actually just decided to become the counterpick god or something of that nature. I suppose we'll have to see whether or not Leo can keep up this win with more wins in the future. But Leo needed this win at Wavedash, with both his fans and his haters watching intently to see whether or not he'll make the climb back towards being the greatest yet again. That's going to be it for today's video. If you've enjoyed, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel and leave a comment down below. This time, tell me which of Leo's characters is your favorite. Could be any of them. Special thanks to Patreon supporters Seth Laster and FireSkull333, and additionally special thanks to YouTube members Stormtrooper and Loco Soco. If you'd like to contribute towards either of these avenues to support me, the link to both are in the description. On Thursday, I'll be taking a look at the Midwest Ultimate Invitational, but until then, I've been Mr. Mice, and thank you all so much for watching.
I know it's not supposed to say, but there ain't no other way.